Hey everybody, so my wife and I got a small prime rib roast for Christmas. I guess my wife just didn't want to do anything on Christmas Day, just wanted to chill out and whatnot. So, who really wants to cook, right? Going along with that theme of who wants to cook on the holidays, we cooked this prime rib roast in our air fryer. Here, I'll show you. So we got it on special over at Galen's Groceteria, and you can see here, prime rib oven roast cut from ungraded beef. And it's best before Christmas Day, 1.152 kilograms, so, it's like 2.5 pounds almost. And it cost us like $22, 22 and a quarter. I have to say, it actually looks okay. And when I was a kid, I used to try to break the pot. Because, I was an idiot. Okay, so what my wife did first off is put on the grill setting and preheated the air fryer for 15 minutes. Earlier in the week, we'd had chicken thighs, and I saved the fat, and it's really, really nice fat. And I'm going to use that as a base because there really isn't much of a top cap. So she just melted this chicken fat here in the microwave. You can see it there. It's kind of nice. And she's got simple seasoning, so just some sea salt and pepper. They've really improved these wrappers here. Like when I was a kid, you could just push on it, and your finger would basically go through. Although I didn't try to make it go through, I just like making the indent. My wife had some trouble there opening up the package, and as soon as that wrapper came off, my cat came over. And just let him headbutt the camera here for you guys. It's like he's headbutting you. Okay, back over to the meat. Like, that's a pretty big piece of meat. It actually looks just really nice. Grated or ungraded, it looks like a really nice piece of meat. And I thought I'd let my cat sniff it because I'd like to let him participate in whatever it is that we're doing. And today we're cooking meat in the air fryer, so I want him to... you can see he licked his chops there. I want him to participate and feel like he's part of the family, okay? Because this is his first Christmas here. Just playing with him a little bit. Here, kitty. Until he gets sick of me, right? That's where his food normally is. And it's not there. Now, at this point here, he's going nuts, simply because he smells raw meat, and to him, that's food. Okay, so back to the, I guess it's like an initial basting. So what my wife did is she put half of this chicken fat on the meat, and it actually looks really good. And then, again, simple seasoning, just, a good amount of the sea salt here. Because we want to make sure that it tastes good, okay? Ungraded beef, right? I don't know what it's going to taste. I have no idea. So we're just going to make sure we do the bare minimum. And Kitty's, his attention is back. All right. So she just spread it out here with this spatula. Dollarama special. And again, the fat on. Generous amount of sea salt and pepper. Just spread that around. And now, unlike doing it in the pan, we're going to sear this thing in the air fryer. And that was the whole point of putting it on for 15 minutes first, so that, it gets nice and hot, right? So we get a good sear on one side, at least. And then what we'll do is, after that, we'll flip it over. So here we go. My wife just grabs the meat, 2 hands, drops some of that fat there. And it fit perfectly in the basket. And I just pointed out that fat. I want her to get it. I don't want to waste it. Well, that looks really nice. It's a very nice marbled piece of meat. Maybe ungraded beef is good. Okay. So in the preheated air fryer, she put it in at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes to get that initial sear. And after the 10 minutes, we pull it out. I guess that looks seared, right? It's always different in a pan. Here, it's just the hot air that's searing it. So I'm happy with that. Really, the whole idea of searing is just to keep the juices in, but there's not a whole lot of juices in this piece here. And you can see at the bottom, it didn't really sear that well. So she's going to do the same thing again, 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. And we'll go play with Kitty for a little bit. Okay, so you can see there that raw bit has been seared over. Wow, it looks really nice. You can see the fat there bubbling. Wow.
So I'm just going to put it back.
Okay, so she grabbed the steak setting, and that was just to get an initial temperature, and she's putting it at 160 for... We had a little discussion about how long. I didn't want to overdo it, so we're just going to do 10 minutes, right? We'll do increments,
It needs to be flipped.
and we'll see how it works. And then that way you guys can see also the progression of the cook. You can see there the fat's getting nice and seared, nice and brown. You know, there's a nice bit of caramelization on the meat. So what we're going to do is just flip it over. Yeah, when it's sitting on the bottom, like maybe we should put it on the rack, but when it's sitting on the bottom, it's not really searing off. Like, it's almost the complete opposite of a pan cook. And there we go. I'm just going to do it again. 160 degrees Celsius. There we go for 10 minutes. And wow, the caramelization is looking really nice. Like, it's looking really good. We're really happy with the air fryer. Like, just the whole concept of the air fryer, because it's cooking the meat well. So at this point here, we don't have a thermometer. We don't really know if it's cooked or not. I would prefer that it's nice and rare in the middle, so that when we have leftovers, you just put it right back in the air fryer and fry it up, and then we don't end up with charcoal meat. So at this point here, we've done 20 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius, flipping in between, and then what she did is she tented it over with the foil here. And we're just going to leave that tenting on for 15 minutes. So there we go. Tenting's all done. Just pull that off. And you can see there's some nice blood. So it means that we're at about, like, at bare minimum or medium rare. But it's not going to be overdone. And that's kind of what I wanted, because this is a thick piece of meat. And, I'm trying to watch my weight. So I don't want to eat this whole thing. I could, but I'm not going to, okay? So
That looks red inside.
we're just going to see where we're at here. And you can see, like, from the tine marks in the meat that there's some good blood, okay? But you also have to remember that's the absolute center of this roast, okay? So if you start cutting on the edges, there's a good chance that it's going to be medium. And now take note here, she's cutting this meat quite easily with a butter knife. And it's not even good butter knife. It's junk. The meat looks a lot redder, okay, on camera. It looked a little grayer, like a little more well done, okay? So I thought it was about medium, but looking on the camera here, it definitely looks rare. And still, like, I would prefer it to be rare than to be overdone, because you can always cook a little more. You can't cook a little less. And then there's these pieces around the fat roll there. You see, some of that looks like around the edges. It looks almost well done. But I'm going to go with medium, pretty much all the way around the big piece in the middle, the big filet mignon. Yeah. Here we go. I'm just going to give it a try.
Any more than that, it'd be too much.
She didn't want to cut anymore. It's kind of a pain. There's no way I'm eating that big chunk of fat. Like, no way. So I'm just going to cut off like a little piece here. Try it out. You can see my 50% off blue cheese over there. Because that's what I like with it. We didn't do anything like onions or veggie or anything like that. We already had some beets made up.
It has an odd texture.
There, my wife's shooting, so I just passed her off a little piece. I'm going to cut just a little bit more here. Cut through that fat. Oh, man. You can just see that's really tender meat, I'm going to take a nice big chunk here, okay? Make sure there's none of that fat, because I don't want to just be chewing. And take a nice bite there. I found it a little on the chewy side, okay? I'm just going to try, something a little closer maybe to the fat and like the little fat cap there. And see if it's a little juicier, maybe a little more tender. Now I got her to look at my face.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Chewy.
It's a little chewy, but still, I'm going with it. It tasted really, really good. And there you go. You can see the filet mignon piece. It's, there's a bit of a sear on the top, but it's pretty much rare. And that's what I was hoping for, because really we filled up on the other pieces around, which are about medium. And that way we can eat that beautiful piece tomorrow, like recook it, and it should come out a nice medium when we do that. And you can see Kitty, he wants to be part of the family here, family dinner. Not that we really had a family dinner. I just wanted to show that you can make a rib roast in the air fryer and, be successful with it. And the best way is to just not overcook it at first. Do less time than you think, and you'll always come out with, a perfect piece of meat. Okay, thanks for watching. Happy belated Christmas. A Happy New Year to everybody, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, whatever that might be. Hey everybody, so my wife and I got a prime rib roast, just a small one, on Christmas Eve, for the, Christmas. Jeez, for the Christmas. For the Christmas. Hey everybody, so calm blue ocean.